I recently listened back to one of the first tracks I ever released back in 2017. Here's what it sounds like. I decided to remaster it using my now years of experience producing, and I'm going to show you exactly what I did. Stick around to the end of the video and I'll show you the comparison, and you can let me know if you think I've improved or got worse. So firstly, let's take a listen to the drums of the original. What do you notice? First of all, the sound selection of each individual element isn't the best. So that's the choice of each individual drum element I've made. For example, the kick drum, the clap, the hi-hats, the percussions. I don't think I've spent enough time figuring out what works together and what sounds the best. And they also don't really work very well together with each other. It sounds a little bit robotic and not very groovy. And groove is essential in your drums. Also, can you notice one other thing I've done that really stands out? Let's listen again. Listen to that clap. There's way too much reverb on that clap. And that's a really common mistake that beginners make when producing. They just put reverb on everything and cover it and make it sound really unprofessional. Reverb should be only used in a subtle way in these sort of situations. I rarely put reverb on my drums at all these days, maybe occasionally on some hi-hats. Now let's listen to the new drums I've created. Shout out to the Chaos Collection sample pack. The drums from this I've used mostly from that. Link down below if you want to grab that. So what do you notice in this one? The sound selection is now way better. Each individual element sounds strong, the volume is correctly set, and all the drums work well with each other. They complement each other. There's really nice groove, the hi-hats sound really crisp, the clap doesn't have an excessive amount of reverb on it, and it doesn't sound robotic anymore. All the little groove elements are in the right place, and it sounds really awesome and fluid. If you're currently enjoying my teaching style and you want to take things further, why not check out my Music Production Academy? There's a link down below for more information on that. Okay, now let's look at the bass. I actually really like the sound design on this one, so I've kept the same bass, but let's look into the melody. Let's take a listen to the original. What do you notice in this one? The melody isn't that bad, but there's one thing that sticks out to me. If we take a look at the pattern here, you'll notice the pitch goes from really low to really high, and that just sounds a bit meh in my opinion. When there's big changes in the pitch, it can sound a bit weird. Also, maybe you got a little bit bored whilst listening to that. Notice how the melody just repeats itself for the full 8 bars. Normally what we do here is A, B, A, C, but instead what we've done is just A, A. There's no variation going on here. It doesn't sound very interesting and the listener gets bored very quickly. Finally, did you spot what the other major issue was? We just went over it in the drums. There's way too much reverb again on the bass. And there's actually reverb on the full bass, including the low end, which is a big no-no. Low end on your reverb can really destroy the mix. Now let's take a listen to the bass of the remaster. First of all, for the melody, notice how there's no massive jumps in the pitch. It stays nice and tight together. It sounds really dark and groovy and matches the vibe of the track more. And notice along the top here, we've now got an A, B, A, C drop, which is the style I use a lot in my videos. B is slightly varied from A here is the same as A here, and C is varied from B. You'll notice the reverb is also a lot less intense on this one. Now if we take a look at the mix down of the bass, you'll notice I've put a little bit more post-processing on here with an OTT, but I've also not got reverb on this channel anymore. Instead, I've got it sent to a new channel here with the reverb on and not hitting as hard, and then I've got an EQ below it cutting out the lows and some of the mids so we don't have any reverb in the low end. And now the low end will sound really good in the mix. Now the last thing I want to go over is the mix down, and in particular volume control. This is something I emphasize as being one of the most important parts of your mix down process, just setting the levels right of each individual sound. Now let's take a listen to some of the elements in this track and you'll see how bad of a job I've done. Let's listen to this one here. And then let's listen to that gunshot here. Listen to the ch here. And then listen to this bit at the end. It's all just hitting way too loud. And there's a really simple way to fix it. For example, this one here, you literally just turn it down on here. Or if you're on Ableton, you just use a utility plugin and turn the gain down on that. Now, it's actually really funny that I've made this mistake because over the last couple of years or so, I've been consistently telling my students to watch out for making their effects or one-shot sounds too loud. It's one of the most common mistakes I see, effects being way too loud in the mix. They need to be in the background, just helping out your tune, filling up the space, not really loud and completely overwhelming the mix. Now let's check the effects on the remastered version. So let's check this one. Gunshot sounds a bit quieter, and let's check this one here because this was the big one. Notice how that's much quieter. Let's check the levels of this one. Much quieter than the rest of the sounds here, you can see. And then let's check this at the end here. You can see -15, -7. A lot quieter in the background, just filling up the sounds. Make sure you do it with the longer effects as well, like the white noise, the risers. They all need to be really quiet in the background, just filling up the track. Now let's compare both versions. Which one do you think sounds better? And that concludes the video. If you enjoyed this video, why not check out this video here where I take you through some subscribers' tracks that they sent me and I show you step by step how to improve them so you can learn lots more about how to improve your own tracks as well.